This is TWiT.
Is it a tablet? Is it a computer? What is it?
Yes, what is it? I'll tell you what it is. It is the Pixel Slate. That's what it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is a tablet.
Okay.
They never use the T word in the keynote. They called it a device. They called it a computer. They called stuff like that. But to me, and after holding it in my hand and using it and stuff like that, it is a iPad Pro competitor. It is a large tablet that can connect to a keyboard. They've got the little magnet floppy kind of case thing that connects to the keyboard. It also has a pen, much like the Samsung S Pen. It has a stylus that you can use with it. But what's the interesting differentiating factor for this is that it's running Chrome OS. It's not running Android. And this is taking everything that they've learned from the Pixel Book, the experiment with the Pixel Book that Flo you have right in front of you that you're using. And they applied it to this device, both from the OS interface, the way the apps work, the way everything works from there, as well as the keyboard. They took the engineering they took from the Pixelbook keyboard and applied that to this to the case keyboard that this comes with. And just before I get into my impressions of it and some of the cool things I saw it do, and you can hold on that photo, Victor. You can go to the story that we have with it. But so this is going to be. They've got 3 prices that are available for it. They've got it's $599, gets you it with 4 gig of RAM and a 32 gig SSD hard drive inside with an 8th gen Intel Celeron processor. The mid-range is $699 with 8 gig of RAM, 64 gig storage with the same 8th gen Intel Celeron processor. And the top of the line is $799. We get you 8 gig of RAM, 64 gig storage, and the 8th gen Intel Core TM M3 processor, so slightly better processor. I'm sorry. There's many more options here. I didn't even realize this. There's also a $999 option that you get that for 8 gig and 8 gig of RAM, 128 gig storage with the Core TM i5 processor from Intel. And then finally, the top is $1599. And that gets you 16 gig of RAM, 256 gig storage, and the Intel Core TM i7 processor. And that's just for the tablet or the device alone. If you want to add the keyboard, it costs $199. And then if you want to add the pen, that's an additional $99. And availability for this is later this year in the US, the UK, and Canada. Don't know about Australia, Duncan. I'm sorry. But hopefully it'll be in Australia soon.
No.
It just won't. Do you not want it?
Pixel. No, I'm desperate for it. This is the product I'm most excited for. But
really?
no, Pixel Chromebooks have never officially been sold in Australia.
Wow.
All the ones we get have to be brought in through third-party importers. We have Chromebooks from other suppliers. The only thing in this that makes it a not have already jumped online and imported one for me is the lack of LTE.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. Well, and that's what's interesting is that, like, what in terms of what this is, like, I struggled with it because they kept on saying it's a portable device with a desktop experience. And what actually blew my mind was, Victor, if you look at, there's a photo of a desk. They have a desktop. The Pixel Slate can plug in via USB-C, I think, to another monitor. And so if you go a couple of pictures to the right there, that's me holding it. Yeah, so this is a desktop computer with a huge 4K Acer monitor plugged into the Pixel Slate.
What?
Exactly.
They didn't say any of this during the keynote. Like, that is a big, I mean, that's what Samsung leads with its DeX.
Exactly. That's blew my mind. I actually there was a Googler at the station, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, is this monitor like connected to the tablet? And she's like, oh yeah, it has support for up to 2 4K monitors.
What?
So you could replace your laptop with this tablet, which, by the way, has awesome sound. The speakers they made a point how the stereo speakers face you and not out or away or whatever. Has really great speakers, really solid processor. Clearly a lot of RAM, clearly a lot of storage if you pay the full price. And you could replace your desktop computer and take your computer with you anywhere you go. All you need is a USB hub and a USB keyboard, USB mouse, and a monitor to plug it into, and you could have that. Like, that could be your desktop.
Okay, so at the low end level, it's a iPad Pro competitor, and at the high end level, it's a Surface competitor. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes. Yeah, 100% Surface competitor.
Okay.
It's really impressive. I mean, like, and here's the thing: is like when I posted it during the keynote, they said it starts at $599, and I said, "Oh, that price is a stinger." And people were asking what I meant by that, and I was like, "Yeah, it's more than I want to spend for a tablet." But when I saw this setup, I was like, "Oh, this isn't a tablet. This is a computer."